Today we're behind the wheel of something pretty special, but not necessarily what you'd be expecting. Whether you like it or not, electric cars are here to stay, and we're here to try out this. Audi's all-new, all-electric, compact SUV, the Q4 E-Tron. So I'll tell you what, Audi have certainly got the first thing right. Its looks. It does look really good. And it's where so many other car manufacturers fail, in my opinion. It's like they get a brief and a design to say, electric car, and then they start drawing with their eyes closed. I find it bizarre how odd some of these look, but Audi have certainly got it right. But this does look great. From any angle, it looks like an Audi. The very distinctive front grille and the whole elegant Audi road presence. Inside is much the same, with Audi's very current and very sleek dash and display, and all the usual range of gadgets you'd expect. If you watch Paul's feature on the RS e-Tron GT, you'll know what I mean. Audi's range of EVs is simply beautiful. So if this is going to be the norm, what's it like to drive? As with most electric cars, the ride and experience of this thing is very, very nice. You get this smooth, linear performance, which, if you want it, you get it like that, and it does bolt you back in your seat. But it's by no means the fastest EV on the road. It's a compact SUV. But the way the power is delivered is as good as, if not better, than any of this car's petrol or diesel rivals. So it's no slouch, especially if you opt for the 50 E-Tron. If you go for the 40 that we're in today, which is available to order right now, it offers a brilliant balance between comfort, performance, and more importantly, emission-free driving. Starting from just over 40 grand, there's 3 performance options to choose from the 2 variations of batteries, 52 kilowatts and 77 kilowatts. The 35 E-Tron produces 170 horsepower, the 40 produces 204 horsepower, and the top of the range 50 produces a whopping 299 horsepower, but only for a short burst. So the big question and the big talking point you probably thought I'd forgotten about: range. Everyone's got an opinion about it, and ultimately it boils down to the fact, are we ready yet for fully electric cars? So the entry-level model comes with a claimed range of 208 miles, which for day-to-day stuff is adequate. If you opt for the car we're in today, Audi claim you'll get 316 miles on a single charge, which, if it's accurate, is absolutely enough. Equally as important is how quickly you can charge it up again. And this is where it begins to make sense. So let's assume you've run the battery right down, used all 316 miles, which, let's be honest, do you do? And then you plug it into one of these. A public rapid charger. Time for a coffee. And we're done. 38 minutes later, the car is back up to 80% charge, and we're ready to go on our way. Just as impressively, and more importantly, arguably, in day-to-day life, within 10 minutes, on a quick charge, you'll get up to 80 miles of range. So if you're frequently driving the length of the country on the motorways, this car's probably not for you at the moment. But realistically, how frequently are you doing that? How often are you driving with a full tank of petrol or diesel? I don't, and even if you do, how many journeys do you actually do which are over 300 miles non-stop? And then you've got to think, what's half an hour to fill up in that journey? Quite frankly, get yourself a home charger, and it's very clear to see the benefits are far outweighing the negatives of owning an electric car. Size-wise, it's brilliant in my opinion, obviously offering a lot of the similarities from the VW ID4. It's a great size family car, yet not being too big to park at the shops. It's a very attractive, clever and practical design. Inside the car is much the same, with Audi's very classy and elegant dash right in front of you. You've got a 10.1-inch central display, which is touchscreen. As standard now, you get a virtual cockpit right in front, as well as the heads-up display right in eye view, and these touch-sensitive buttons on the steering wheel. So a few other bits and pieces which I've noticed when driving this car is this staggeringly long front dash. It pretty much looks like you could lay down in it and fall asleep. It's got a very futuristic looking steering wheel, which quite frankly, it looks like it's been in an accident, but it is certainly a love it or hate it. I'm undecided at the moment. And more noticeably inside, a very, very roomy cockpit. Audi have made comments saying that internally this car will compete with much larger SUVs. And at first glance, I wasn't so sure. But once you're inside it and you get a feel for it, I can certainly see why. So it's safe to say the future of motoring is definitely changing. At some point, we're probably all going to be driving electric cars. And I get it, as a petrol head, as a racing driver, and as a car fanatic, it's very difficult to get your head round no engine noise and no rawness from a normal combustion car. But what I will say, if this is what the future looks like, we're very, very lucky.